I so confidently just put lipstick on in the dark, thinking, I know where my lips are. I do not.
I rolled out of bed, looked at Chantel and said, "Do you think I'm okay?" And I just put on glasses.
You know what? This morning convinced me of the need for lashes.
Yeah, girl, I just
'Cause you
brushed
just,
them a little. I mean, the rest of my face is fucked up, but who cares? I should
but
have a
even
pimple
that,
patch on here, but you know what? This podcast is not about fucking being
no,
some fucking hot. I don't give a fuck. Listen, I have
no.
stories to tell. I don't have time for makeup right now. I got shit to say. Okay, so a couple like housekeeping before we get started.
Okay.
One being Aaron Spencer's running for sheriff.
I know. Lone Oak County Sheriff.
Fucking get it.
I know. I am going to share his Facebook page for his campaign. Guys, show this man some support.
And if you don't know who Aaron is, if you haven't caught the episode, Aaron single-handedly saved his daughter from her abuser who not even years before, maybe a year before all
Yeah.
of the shit happened. So basically his child was sexually abused by this pig of a human.
Yeah.
And then that said human who was awaiting trial kidnapped his child. And he
Yeah.
found
Middle of the
her.
night.
Yep. He found her and ended up taking his life. Well, I would do the same. Anyways, it was a big thing. But now he's running for sheriff. And you know what? That's the man I want running my town.
Yep. 100%.
He's a hero.
Absolutely.
So
Yep.
go, Aaron.
So I'm gonna share that. Go follow it.
Okay. Also, another thing. Guys, there is a possible serial killer. Okay. Guys, there is a possible serial killer in Houston, and we need to follow this story.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So before we get into our main story, I thought this would kind of link to what's going on right now. But so far, they have pulled 16 bodies out of the Houston bayous, which is like their like main water.
I love that you say bayous.
Bayous?
Yes.
The bayou? Bayou? The bayou? I don't know. Anywho, but okay, so there was a retired NYPD sergeant.
Okay.
And he did comment on it, and he did say that there is a theory that these are all linked to a group known as the Smiley Face Killers.
You know what? Okay. It's time that we get some more creative people making up the names for these killers. Like, we can't use the same thing over and over again. Why are we doing this?
Stop it. But anyways, every other day they're pulling bodies out of the bayou.
Terrifying.
And Houston police are saying like, no, like there's no cause for concern, blah, 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 because as they do. But I'm like 16 bodies in the same location dying the same way. Guys, I think we have a serial killer. And that is speculation on our part, but like it doesn't take a fucking genius.
If there are 3 bodies found in the same location, I am concerned.
16?
I'm worried at 3. So 16?
Let's keep our eye on this story, guys. Go down the rabbit hole I did, as you know. But yeah, so there's a possible serial killer in Houston. Aaron Spencer's running for sheriff. This day couldn't get weirder. However,
oh boy.
Yesterday, I had to go to the store, and I go to Vanier for sometimes my running around for 3 reasons. It's close, there's always parking, and nobody goes there because it's the hood. Like the part of Vanier I'm talking about is like, there's like a 3-block radius where you're like, shit's whack here, but this is where I go. So I run to the store, I go in, I go around the corner, and I'm walking to my car, and there is this woman, and she's like at a car, and she's talking to some man, and she's like, well, I need to change. Like, they're talking basically like she has to like freshen up. Now, I've seen this lady before, and she's a working girl, which is
Yep.
fine. Do your thing, girl.
Yeah,
We
we
don't
love
judge
that.
on this podcast. Do your job. What we don't love is on a midday Wednesday afternoon, I'm just trying to get my running around. This woman pulls her shirt off and her bra, looks
Mhm.
me dead in the eye.
And you're just like, I don't know where to look.
So I thought to myself, we're both women. I'm going to give her a nod. Good day to you. And I got in my car. That woman did not break. She was just like, and like
Yeah.
titties
Yeah.
out. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, okay, ma'am, the world is
Like,
your
this
change
is
room.
me. Yeah, this is me.
I'm like kind of in my mind thinking to have the confidence of you.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
There is no way. I'm in the change room with the curtain. I'm freaking hiding this.
See, I'm not.
Oh, you're so, oh,
I'm not. Like, if it comes down to it, I'm a very, if you don't like it, look away person.
I'm like, just look away. Let's just look away. Everyone look away. On that note, that's been the past couple of days for me. Do you have any
Mhm.
housekeeping before I begin, darling?
I don't think I do. I think you covered it all. I was the most excited about Aaron Spencer.
Yeah, me
You
too.
covered that.
All right. Well,
Halloween is coming.
Buck Hills this weekend.
Oh my God, guys. We have such a treat for you.
Yeah. Such a treat
Halloween.
for us.
I know.
We have a date.
Halloween is our 1 year anniversary of Triggered,
Yeah. A
which
year.
blows my mind.
Makes me cry.
And it's also a Friday. So that episode is going to be special, special.
Double special.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, time to get serious because I chose to do an episode today based on something that I'm very passionate about. Chantal knows my passion. If you guys have been listening, you know that human trafficking for me is something I think about it, I would say multiple times a day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always, thinking about the kids and the women and the men and, what a horrible, horrible world we live in
Mm-hmm.
where this is something that happens so often. And, today I chose to do an episode on what I've called the missing files.
Okay.
I have 4 cases of unexplained missing people.
Okay.
They're quick little stories that I pieced together
Mm-hmm.
because to me, I feel like someone out there might know. And you know what?
Yeah.
Like some of them are old. One of them I did throw in one to fuck with you guys a little bit because we like the unknown, the mysteries, the what ifs.
Yeah.
So we always have to add a little, woo woo in there. Otherwise, we wouldn't be triggered and we wouldn't be us. So before I get started, I want to throw some facts at you guys because a lot of people don't realize the epidemic we live in. Across the globe, so worldwide, someone disappears every 30 seconds.
That's insane.
Yes. So, since we've been talking, we've now had 20 people go missing. And
Crazy.
that I think about this more than the average person.
Mm-hmm.
I always said if I ever came into a lot of money, one of my things would be donating and trying to fight for these victims in
Mm-hmm.
any which way I could. Now, within these 30 seconds, it could be a child walking home from school, a woman heading to her car, a man leaving work. For most of us, these are normal, everyday things. But for a lot of these people, they become headlines. But the
Mm-hmm.
sad part is, it happens so often that it's usually just a passing post on social media and then the algorithm moves on. So these people just get
Yeah.
lost. And
Yeah.
it's so crazy to me because I can't imagine being a parent of a child, a wife, like even you, like if you
Yeah.
went missing, I would burn the whole city of Ottawa down to find you.
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
I know.
like these people, their world stops. Every unanswered call, every sleepless night, these are nightmares that never end. Right now, in today's world, human trafficking has become a multi-billion-dollar industry, and it is hidden in plain sight. This is not, in the seedy underworld of fucking Skid Row.
That's right.
Ottawa has become very very scary for human trafficking. I've told my story about how I was almost kidnapped in Niagara Falls
Mhm.
uh, to be trafficked. And I really do believe that's what would have happened according to when we were helped. They were like, yeah, this is what's happening. A lot of border cities and towns, especially bordering on, say, Mexico, the US, Canada, because
Yeah.
once they get you across, you're gone.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
fucking terrifying.
And I'm sure you'll bring this up as well, but I've really seen recently, so I follow a whole bunch of Canadian crime pages. And recently, we assume that human traffickers are these like seedy underbelly looking people. You know, the people that you see coming down the street and you go to the other side. That's not the case anymore.
No.
The people that are being arrested are like 27-year-old blonde girls who
Mhm.
look like they're your dental hygienist.
100%.
So it's not what it used to, well, what it used to be in the sense that we all assume, oh, it's like a scary looking guy that's going to do
In
this,
a
but it's not
balaclava
like
that
that.
grabs you.
Yeah, it's not
No.
like that anymore.
There are a lot of older women, motherly, grandmotherly type women that are literally taking girls across, the continent with fake passports, flying
Yeah.
them for promises, like from other countries in a sense.
Hmm.
We have a nanny position, an au pair
Yep.
position. And I really want to stress this. My sister in her youth did do an au pair thing, and she went
Hmm.
to Montreal, but she could have went worldwide. And it was an exciting time for her looking for families through this site. And it is. And I'm not saying that these are bad positions, but you
No.
have to remember not everybody has good intent. And this is a multi-billion-dollar industry. If my daughter was like, I would like to go an au pair for a year, I would be going to the country with her
Hmm.
to meet
Yeah.
the family. I would
Yeah.
stay there until I knew shit was good. And then I would let her
Hmm.
spread her wings and live her life. But like,
Hmm.
fuck, I'm going to just send her off. That's not a thing. But yeah, so this special episode today, I kind of want to talk about the missing files of just a couple cases that have gone cold, but they are not forgotten. And I want to just tell everybody, like, on, I think it was Saturday, I sat on the couch and I went through 146 pages of missing Ontario people. And I looked at
Wow.
every one of their faces. And my husband was like, are you still looking? I was like, yeah, because we live off Rideau.
I know.
What if I just, what if this is somebody's kid? And then, anyways, it
And it
scares me.
is.
Yeah,
It
it's
is someone's.
important. 100%. So, we're not just going to revisit these stories today. We're going to remember the people they were, the families they left behind, and
Mhm.
the lingering question that literally echoes through the entire world because, like, where did they go? Where are all these people going? Of
This is it.
every, of every 6 people, maybe 3 are found.
I know. I
So
know.
50% of these people are disappearing.
And they're just gone.
They're just gone.
Crazy.
It really kills me. Basically, I'm going to just start with this. Every missing person story begins the same way.
Okay.
Unsuspecting, sometimes with a routine, an
Mhm.
ordinary day, a familiar street, a favorite
Mm.
trail, a promise to be home soon.
Mhm.
I mean, this isn't always the case. People go missing on vacation and traveling, but most of the time, it's your day-to-day routine. Nothing amok that day, and all of a
Yep.
sudden, your routine is shattered because someone's been watching, cross paths with someone you shouldn't, and all of a sudden, silence. That person is gone. What I want to start with, and this story is so bizarre to me, and you'll see why. We do begin today in a quiet California suburb, the kind of place where kids ride their bikes to school, everyone knows the neighbors. But on a January afternoon in 89, 13-year-old Eileen Mushloff never made it home. So we're in Dublin, California. Did you
Okay.
know I did not know there was a Dublin in California?
Uh, did you know that just about every town you've ever heard of is another one named that somewhere else in the world.
It's crazy. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
there's a Pembroke in England.
Oh, and there's a Pembroke in the States. Pembroke
Yep,
Pines, Florida.
Pembroke Pines.
Okay, so 13-year-old Eileen Mushloff was a typical 8th grader at Wells Intermediate School. She loved her friends. She loved ice skating and the freedom of being almost old enough to be able to kind of walk home from school on her
Ah,
own.
yes.
You know, where they're like, Mom, it's only a couple blocks. Let me do it on my own. And we've all, like, if you're a parent, when you hit that age, you're like, okay. And my son is that age. So I know the fears.
It's terrifying.
I want to go fishing with my buddies. He's, in high school now. And like, we're like, okay, go ahead. Like, but also you're thinking constantly about it, right? Riding his bike to the corner store. I'm like, oh my God. But you have to let them uh, because that is part of growing.
Yes. Yeah.
Her parents, Maddie and Mike Mishloff, had recently given her the privilege of doing that. So they were like, it's a short 15-minute route through a
Yep.
quiet suburban area. They do it every day. You stay to the route. You don't talk to strangers. You're straight there, straight back. And you know what? I think this is a perfect age to start doing these things, learning responsibilities. So, yes, perfectly appropriate. That Monday afternoon, Eileen stayed a bit late after school for ice skating practice. Now, she had big dreams of becoming a competitive ice skater one day.
Aw.
Little cutie pie. She left around 3 p.m. wearing a white shirt, a charcoal gray skirt, a pink jacket, and carrying her skating clothes in a distinctive white backpack with Wells Intermediate School printed right on the side. Very distinct. The walk home was one she'd done every day. So this is not a new area. She knows where she is. She was last seen near Camp Drive and Amador Valley Boulevard, only a half a mile from her front door. Witnesses later recall seeing a man in a brown sedan slowly circling the area. Now, some people heard a girl scream, but no one could say where it came from. And this happens all the time. I hear shit all the time. And I'm like, what the fuck was that? When Eileen didn't arrive home, her parents began searching literally immediately. They're like, no, it's been a half an hour. She should have been back. They're out there. They're like, she probably stopped at a friend's house, ran into some people she knew. But within hours, panic sets in. Like, they're like, no, something is wrong. She knew the rules. This was a big deal for her. She was very excited. And by 6 p.m., the Mushloffs called police. By nightfall, a massive community search was underway. I am so impressed because truly there are times where, you have to wait 24 hours. There's a risk that they were a runaway. But this community came together. Police were like, no, you're right. We're not fucking around by the result of them reporting it. So good job, police. So her backpack was indeed found the next morning. Discarded.
Okay.
Yeah. So right away, you're like, mm-mm. Like,
well, no, that's always a bad sign.
It's a bad sign. It's one of the first signs. If
you're a runaway, you're taking your backpack with you.
Exactly. So her backpack was actually found near Sam Raymond Road. Sam Raymond Road is not far at all, but not at all the way she would go.
Oh, okay. So not on her path.
This is not on her route. So they're like, what the fuck? What was most alarming about this bag was the strap on the bag was torn. Everything was still inside. So the bag hadn't been. So this wasn't a case of like someone grabbed the bag to like steal her stuff.
No.
Over the following days, hundreds, and I mean hundreds of volunteers scoured open fields, drained ditches, wooded areas. Canine units tracked her scent for quite a while until it abruptly stopped near a curb, suggesting that she had been forced into a car.
Yes.
Investigators looked closely at known sex offenders in the area, including a man named Timothy Binder, a man suspected in several nearby child abductions. He lived close by. Organized searches for for Eileen, and he actually started inserting himself heavily into this investigation. And as we know,
it's a red flag.
These fucks want to be up in there reliving
Yeah.
every moment like the sick fucking twisted pieces of shit that they are. But despite his strange behavior and circumstantial evidence, no direct link was ever found. The years rolled on. Leads grew cold. Every anniversary, Eileen's parents held a candlelight vigil, pleading for answers. I can't imagine
No,
what
me
these
neither.
poor people go through. They actually never left the Bay Area, never left that place because they were
Aw.
still hoping someone would come forward and say, like, she's here.
You hear this all the time where the family just hunkers down and they never leave the home. They keep the bedroom the same.
I would.
Because what if she comes home?
100%.
Mm,
30 plus years later, no one has been charged. No
wow.
remains have been found. Her case remains one of California's most haunting active missing child cases.
Wow.
In 2023, investigators announced they were testing new DNA samples and
Okay.
re-interviewing past suspects. But that just shows me that these cold cases do get reopened.
Yes, they
I
do.
know that people, especially the family of victims, are like, well, they stop looking. And unfortunately, with someone going missing every 30 seconds, a lot of,
Mm,
and the crimes and things like that, but happily there are cold case units
yeah.
specifically tied. There's only so much manpower and so many missing people. But
Yeah.
I do hope that someday they do get the answers they need because Eileen was 13.
I know.
She would be 50 today.
Wow. Wow.
And someone out there knows.
Of course, because and this is the thing that with any missing case that I always think about is sure, we hear about these radical stories of people hiding people in their basements for 20 years, but most of the time that's not the case.
No,
Most of the time that's not the case. So like all of a sudden your buddy shows up, with this random girl who's always quiet, who never, somebody knows something, somebody saw something, heard something, people slip up.
100%.
This guy, who I'm assuming is a guy, was sitting at a bar one night and got a little tipsy and said something weird.
Yep,
Like, it happens.
100%.
Mhm.
So that's Eileen Mushloff, and we don't forget her. And,
No.
I hope that her family has been able to find some, semblance of
Mhm.
peace, but
Yeah.
I doubt it.
Mhm.
My next story is my one that I threw in for all our really curious cats out there.
All right.
It takes place in the Mojave Desert.
Mm.
The Mojave Desert swallows things whole. Let me tell you,
Yep.
when I went there, I was like, I don't like this place.
This
It
is
is
big.
not for me. In 2014, 47-year-old Kenny Veach, an experienced solo hiker and YouTuber, became obsessed with a cave he'd stumbled upon near Nellis Air Force Base.
Okay.
So this guy is a curious man who likes to go out and explore.
I'm already like, let's not get obsessive about caves.
Let's not do that. We
It
have
sounds like
theories
a
about caves. Caves hold a lot
sounds
of energy. You don't want to be in
yeah.
there.
Yeah, it sounds like a bad start.
So he describes this cave in a YouTube comment as an M-shaped entrance that emitted a powerful vibration, and he could feel it in the entrance.
No.
No. That's a
Kenny,
portal. We're not
let's get
going
out of
there.
there.
He claimed his entire body felt like it was buzzing as he approached.
Mm-mm.
So intense that he couldn't bring himself to go inside, but he promised his viewers he was going to go back.
Listen, we love you guys so much. I'm not doing it.
Nope. And
No,
of course,
not for the views, not for the video, not for
nope.
the gram. I'm not doing it.
Well, Kenny did. Because on November 10th, 2014, Kenny told his girlfriend that he was heading out to find that cave again. He wasn't really exactly sure where to find it because he had kind of just stumbled upon it. But he, was like, I'm going out. I know kind of the area. I'll find it again. He carried minimal gear. He had his phone, a small camera, a light, a couple supplies he needed. And off he went. He parks near Sheep Mountain Range. Now, this is just northeast of Las Vegas, and he hikes into the fucking desert alone.
No.
Days pass, and there's no sign of Kenny. He be gone.
I'm not super surprised.
Right? His girlfriend reported him missing after he failed to return that night because you don't want to be in the desert alone at night. But we're talking days here. Search and rescue teams combed the desert. They used helicopters, drones. They used infrared. They used it all. They used aliens and UFOs, my hands, if you could see me right now. I'm trying to now sign my way through the episode, but there was nothing. Days passed, still no word. And what they found chilling was his cell phone was located near the entrance of an old mine shaft. But there was no sign of Kenny, no backpack, no footprints, no body. So you mean to tell me he's cruising along and he's like, let me just place this here?
Well, I know. Here's the thing. We should stop asking where Kenny is and start asking when Kenny is.
I know, right? Right? This is wild. Okay, so theories explode online. Some say he fell into the shaft, though that got dismissed because search teams sent cameras right down to the bottom, searched the entire shaft. There's nothing there. Others believed he discovered something he wasn't supposed to because the proximity of where his phone was found.
Interesting.
Is very close to the Nellis, AFB, and Area 51.
What'd you find, Kenny?
Right? Some claim he had become disoriented, maybe dehydrated, and succumbed to the desert. But they were searching within days. There would be some kind of something.
Yep.
It makes no sense. A lot of people whispered about experiments, underground tunnels, and government secrets that were not meant to be found. Because remember, they put Area 51 there for a reason.
Yeah. And on this note, because I love to have a PSA for every episode, guys, I know you think you want to know. I know you think that you want to know everything that the government knows. I promise you, you don't.
No.
Just leave it alone.
Yep.
It's okay.
Leave
it's
it
all
to
right.
the pros.
They're not even, I wouldn't even go so far as to say they're pros, but it's okay. You don't want to know.
Stick here with us. It's safe over here. What is known, though, is that the Mojave Cave that he is talking about has never been found.
Good. Perfect.
So he's out here looking for this cave that he saw pushing out energy, very strange to me, in the middle of the Mojave Desert, which these temperatures are deadly.
Yes.
There are jagged cliffs, hidden ravines, and a lot of fucking scary ass, fucking poisonous, fucking shit that you don't want near you. But something about this cave pulled him in and he had to go. His curiosity was much stronger than his fear. 10 years later, no remains have been discovered. His family still holds hope for closure. But, I mean, we're talking the Mojave Desert. He's not just coming out of there.
No.
You know, it's awful. Online, the legend lives on. Every few months, new explorers claim to have found the cave.
Okay.
The one that hums.
This makes me uncomfortable. I don't like this.
So, what is this cave people talk about?
Oh, I don't know, but I'm okay going the rest of my life not knowing.
I feel like the Mojave Desert is a place that secrets go to die. You're not coming out of there. And you know what? I love Nevada. There's something about tumbleweeds and that it's like Death Valley. I do feel very drawn to there. I want to do a Route 66 trip. There are things, but I am not fucking going into the Mojave Desert because I know.
And here's the thing. I know that we as humans have this innate interest and curiosity in the unknown. If a cave or a tree or any inanimate object starts humming at you, leave.
What about a house?
Leave.
I'm going in. I gotta.
Leave. Leave. I don't know. Here's
Case 3, guys. The
all right.
disappearance of Brandon Swanson.
Oh boy.
We're in Marshall, Minnesota, May 14th, 2008.
Mm-hmm.
It's the middle of the night, just after finals week at Minnesota West Community and Technical College. 19-year-old Brandon Swanson had spent the evening celebrating the end of a semester with his friends. You know, typical, I live in university land, so I see this all the time. It brings me joy. These kids are just at the beginning of their life. Things are great. I love my neighborhood. Around midnight, he gets into a Chevy Lumina
Lumina. Mm-hmm.
to make the 30-minute short drive home
Mm-hmm.
to the small town of Marshall. So he's 30
Mm-hmm.
minutes away. To city folk, that's far. To us country gals, that is nothing. Somewhere along those quiet rural back roads, Brandon misses a turn,
Mm-hmm.
which this is a route he takes all the time. So I do find that funny in a sense because I'm like,
Now, to be fair, I was just on the phone with you the other day and missed the exit to Costco, which I go to all the time.
I mean, I did almost drive to a whole other town the other day when I was jamming out in the car.
You did. You did.
His car slipped into a shallow ditch.
Right.
Misses the turn, shallow ditch.
Yep.
The car's not damaged, but it's stuck. So this isn't
Yeah.
a big crash. This isn't
Nope.
like any type of injury. He is not injured, but he calls his parents. He's like, hey, it's 1:54 a.m. His dad Brian is like, hello.
What was when you were in trouble and you had to call your parents, what was the first thing you'd say? Mine was always, my mom would be like, hello. I'd be like, don't be mad.
My daughter's is, Mummy.
You know it's shit. You
I'm
know
like,
it's bad.
Fuck, here we go.
She pulls out Mummy and you're like, what happened?
My son, he goes, Mom.
Mine was always, my mom would be like, hello. I'd be like, don't be mad.
The dreaded words for every parent. So Brian answers, it's 1:54 a.m.
Yeah.
Brandon is on the other end of the phone and he's calm. He's like, hey, Dad, I slipped off the road. I'm in a ditch. I'm stuck. I'm fine. I'm not hurt. This is whereabouts I am. I'm right near the town of Lind. And he's like, I can see the lights of Marshall. So he's not far from home.
Yeah.
His parents are like, oh, fuck, okay. So they get in the car.
All right. Yeah.
They start driving towards him.
Mhm.
They're on the phone the entire time.
Yep.
They're flashing their headlights and he's doing the same because it's a little dark in the back road. So they're like, just flash your lights and we'll find one another. So they're doing it. He's doing it. They never see each other.
I know. Like,
I know.
What?
What do you mean? Your face, you're like, yeah, I know this one.
I'm obsessed with this story.
This story, if you don't know it, just get ready. So
yeah,
Brandon stays on the phone with his father the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he starts walking towards the town because he's like, well, I see Marshall, so I'm just going to start walking towards it, Dad. You'll find me.
Yeah. Yeah.
For nearly 47 minutes, they talked on the phone. They talked about his final tests. They talked about life, about how dark it was. And then all of a sudden, Brandon says, shit. And the line goes dead.
Mm-hmm.
His parents obviously are like, what the fuck? So they panic and they're calling over and over and over a dozen times, and there is no answer. I couldn't imagine. The next morning, his car was found, but his car was found miles away from where he said it was. It was off a remote gravel road, surrounded by endless farmland, pitch black at night, bordered by creeks and open fields. You're not seeing the lights of Marshall from this place.
No, I know.
So what was he seeing?
Mm.
And he took one wrong quick turn.
Yeah.
He knows this way. He was lucid. He was fine.
Yeah.
Search teams combed this area for days.
Mm-mm.
Dogs tracked his scent along a creek bank for nearly 3 miles
Ugh,
until it
crazy.
all abruptly stops. Some believe he fell into this like creek and drowned,
Mm.
but no body was ever found. And this
No.
water has been searched repeatedly. He is not in there.
And I've always felt that because he was on the phone when he says, "Oh shit," had he fallen into the water, dad would have heard a commotion
100%. You're not just going to be like, oh, shit, I'm in the water. No.
and then silence. No.
Other people have suspected disorientation or hyperthermia, but there were no signs of distress, struggle, theft, just silence.
No.
So these theories are out the window right away. He was on
Yeah.
the phone. He was fine. He's shoot
Yeah.
this shit. He feels great. He's not like, Dad, you know? No, that's not the case here. Now, over time, Brandon's disappearance led to Brandon's Law in Minnesota, legislation that requires police to begin immediate searches for missing adults,
Yeah.
closing the gap that had delayed his case that night because they weren't coming
Yeah.
out to search that night. They waited a whole day. Um, Now we are 16 years later. His parents still drive those roads every
Mm.
May. They still listen for their son's voice at the end of a deadline. And Brandon Swanson literally vanished while
Yeah.
talking calmly to his father.
Yeah.
1 second he's there, the next second he's gone, and it's like he disappeared into thin air. How?
Well, Ash, your last two stories, it's aliens.
Right?
I got to go with aliens.
All right. This one. Because this one. Mm-mm-mm. But just to be fair, how do we know that Kenny and Brandon didn't run into, you know, seedy characters? What if Kenny ran into in the desert somebody getting rid of a body or he witnessed a crime? What if Brandon came across people doing some fuckery? These are options that could have happened, you know? And I think about that. I know, but
I don't know.
I do think like maybe this isn't some woo woo. Maybe there is an actual real explanation.
With Brandon specifically, I have to disagree because
Mm-hmm.
had it been that he came across some people doing some shady shit, he would have seen them
Yeah.
before they saw him. And he would have been like, "Oh my God, there's people here.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Fair.
go see if they can help me."
The whole thing is so
Mm.
bizarre. I'm going to take you now to Pensacola, Florida.
Pensacola.
Pensacola. 25-year-old Tiffany Daniels was one of those people who left an impression on everyone she met. It's August 12th, 2013. This girl is a free spirit. She's an artist, a dancer, a lover of the ocean. She's quirky, creative. She has the energy that lights up a room. Friends said she was spontaneous, fiercely independent, and was never afraid to live life on her terms.
I love it.
I love it. But on this particular morning, something felt different.
Mm-mm.
Tiffany left her job at Pensacola State College early, telling her supervisor she needed to take a few days off for personal reasons.
Okay.
No one knows what those reasons were. She didn't share any details.
Okay.
Her roommate later said she seemed a little off that morning. Quiet, kind of distractive, but nothing really alarming. Like, we all have those days where we're just
Yeah.
not on our game.
Yeah.
That evening, Tiffany's roommate came home to an empty house. Nothing looked out of place. Her bike was gone. Her phone charger and wallet were not there, but her clothes, her passport, and art supplies were still there. So she's like, well, she's coming back because all of her stuff is still here, but it looks like she took her phone, her wallet, and her bike.
Okay.
That's not a big alarm bell for me.
No, no. I'm still like, okay.
Uh, the next day, Tiffany doesn't show up for work, which is very, like, it's not characteristic for her.
Like after because she had taken a couple days off. So this was
Mhm.
after those days off.
She had put in the request.
Okay. Okay.
And as we know, you say, I need a couple days. You need to be like approved.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
as we know. You're not just taking every day off.
I still wouldn't have been super concerned, like, as a manager, I
You'd
still
be
wouldn't
like,
have been
"She did
super
ask
concerned.
for it."
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would have been like, "Oh, she thought it started right away."
So, people are starting to worry though, because
Mhm,
Tiffany is, this bubbly social gal. Then all of a sudden she's gone and not talking to anyone.
mhm.
4 days after she goes missing, her silver Toyota Corolla was discovered abandoned in a remote parking lot near Perito Key State Park. Now, did she take her bike to go off-roading? I don't know, mountain
Mhm,
biking. A lot of people do
mhm.
that. I'm not one
Yeah,
of those people. I will never understand, but a lot of people enjoy that. Now, this
mhm.
place is close to the Alabama border.
Okay,
She loved this area. This was not an uncommon area for Tiffany to go. It has beautiful
okay.
beaches, trails. The car door was unlocked, so it was wide open when they looked inside. Her phone, her purse, her wallet, her shoes, and her bike were all still with the car.
No, immediately no.
There are no footprints leading away from the car, no sign of struggle, nothing but sand and silence. So, you're looking around like, did someone rip her out of the car? There's nothing.
Okay,
Now, a man who lived nearby reported seeing a woman matching Tiffany's description driving very erratically into that lot a few days earlier,
okay,
but he couldn't recall if she was alone. Another witness claimed they saw a woman in a gray yoga pants walking towards the beach barefoot, carrying nothing.
okay.
Okay.
That
Now,
adds up.
right. Police initially believed Tiffany may had gone for a swim and drowned. But
Okay.
those who knew her insisted that was not the case. She was very careful, level headed, and would have told someone what she was doing. It just doesn't. And you're not going swimming in fucking yoga pants.
No, and she also sounds like she has experience with the outdoors.
Hmm.
Like, if you have a mountain bike, I'm assuming that you know basic skills to survive.
Then came the strange sightings, because there's always something. Okay, so a waitress in Louisiana claimed she'd seen Tiffany days later, looking very disoriented and frightened, with two unidentified men.
No.
Now, right away, this reignited theories that she had been abducted and trafficked.
Yeah.
Here's the thing about this. We've heard the Amy Bradley story.
Mhm.
If you haven't heard about Amy Bradley, and I did consider adding her to the list, but I was like, you know what? Like, Amy Bradley is 100%. She's like, her story's out there. We need to kind of rein it into some of the people that maybe haven't been, as sensationalized. But it is very common for women to be trafficked in plain sight. Very
Yes.
common for them to be walking down the street
Mhm.
in, a new neighborhood, looking maybe a little off, maybe a little scared, sometimes not even, but they always are being watched. They are being sold. They are the moneymaker. They're the
Mm.
cash cow.
Yeah.
Pensacola does sit along Interstate 10. This is important to note because it is one of the largest human trafficking corridors in the US,
Shut. Okay.
connecting Florida to Texas and beyond. Now, experts note that thousands of missing women are moved along this route every year.
Okay.
This is so disgusting to me that there is literally a roadway known for this and it's still happening.
Yep.
Anyways, over the years, countless leads surfaced. None really conclusive, though. There was never any remains, no proof, just questions. So there
Mm.
have been sightings of her. People are like, wait, isn't that Tiffany? Wait, we saw her.
Okay.
But remember, traffickers are very smart. This is their job.
Yep.
When you've done your job for a long time, you could do it with your eyes closed, you know? So Tiffany was 25, full of life, full of love, full of creativity. She literally walked out her front door one summer, sunny Florida day, like just a great day, and she vanishes into thin air. 10 years later, her family still believes someone knows what happened and that there are a lot of speculations and sightings that she is being trafficked.
Yeah, yeah. I would bet on that
Yeah.
for sure.
So those were my stories. There are 4 people, 4 lives, kind of answers, some very mysterious, some were kind of like, each one represents thousands more. Names we will
Yeah.
never know, families are still waiting, and cases that slip further from the spotlight every year.
Mm,
Now, just by telling their story, we're speaking their names. I feel like we're putting energy out there as we fight the silence that swallows their stories whole.
yeah.
Because
Yeah.
anyone can disappear.
Anyone.
And these 4 people never thought it would be them.
No, of course not. Of
You
course
never
not.
think your kid's gonna go missing.
Nope. No.
So it happens in quiet neighborhoods, and I really wanna remind people, until these families have answers, they are stuck to that day.
Yeah,
They
I
are
know. Oh,
stuck in the moment. Their loved one went missing, and they live
yeah.
that moment every day. So we have to keep talking about them.
Absolutely heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Absolutely heartbreaking.
So those were 4 stories, some a little mysterious, but you know, I I personally do think that more has to be done for the missing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know it's limited resources and it costs money.
Mhm.
I Someday when we are famous, I will start something, and I know in my
Yes.
heart I will start
Yeah,
something
of
because
course.
I think about these people, these children, these women, these men, these boys, and the families. There is no worse way to go.
No. No, I agree. I agree. Well, thank you so much for telling us those stories.
You are
I
welcome.
thoroughly enjoyed this episode. I hope everyone else did too. I hope you all have a fantastic weekend.
We will.
I know.
I
We're
can't wait
so
for
excited.
Saturday.
Also, do you know what I didn't tell you at the beginning of this episode?
No.
This is episode 100.
Oh my God, guys! How have we recorded 100?
I know. I know. This is number 100.
Wow.
We're just staring at each other in the screen like,
How
have we
did we?
lost our damn minds?
Well, this is a big milestone for us. So
Yeah.
thank you
Thank
for
you so
listening.
much for listening. We couldn't do 100 episodes without those of you that are listening. We are so encouraged every week when we see more and more people listening and tuning in to our shenanigans. And yeah, if you are not following us on social media or on YouTube, go ahead and check us out. This all being said, we will see you on Tuesday.
Tuesday. Bye.
Bye.